Welcome to my news on point, your pulse on trending news. Stay connected by subscribing to our channel. All right, welcome back. We have just received a news from the council meeting at Aso Villa where the former president have passed a vote of confidence on President Tinubu for economic reform. So let's sit back and relax as we listen to the news.
Villa in Abuja, where the National Council of State has passed a unanimous vote of confidence in President Bola Tinubu's leadership. And this significant show of support endorses Mr. President's efforts to address Nigeria's challenges as well as stabilizing the nation. The vote comes after a meeting of the council, which comprises former heads of state, governors, and other top government officials. President Tinubu earlier today chaired the Council of State meeting in the council chambers of the presidential villa, where former Presidents Muhammadu Buhari, Goodluck Jonathan were physically present, while former heads of states Abdulsalami Abubakar and General Yakubu Gowon attended virtually. The meeting had in attendance governors of the 36 states and Minister of the FCT. The council also has responsibilities in advising Mr. President in the exercise of his powers with respect to the national population census, prerogative of mercy, awarding of national honors, among others. It also advises the President, whenever requested to do so, on the maintenance of public order. This is the first Council of State meeting since President Tinubu assumed office in May 2023. Our State House correspondent, Femi Akonde, has been covering this story. He joins me live on the program. Femi, talk to us about more details as to what transpired at the meeting today. We'll get back to Femi subsequently in the course of this program. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja for Equatorial Guinea on a 3-day official visit tomorrow. In a statement by his spokesperson, Ajurian Gilali, the visit is to honor the invitation of President Teodoro Mbasogo. He is expected to meet with the Equatorial Guinean president at the presidential villa, where meetings will be held and agreements, particularly on oil and gas and security, will be signed. Mr. President will be accompanied on the trip by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, as well as some other members of his cabinet. Now, let's turn our attention to our conversation for today. The call for a democratic constitution for Nigeria is on the front burner as the Patriots, a non-partisan group of eminent Nigerians, has urged President Tinubu to convene a National Constituent Assembly. Former Commonwealth Secretary General Emeka Anyako made the call when he led the Patriots on a visit to Mr. President. The big question right now is whether or not a new constitution is what Nigeria needs at this time. At the time where some political pundits are also calling for the implementation of the 2014 recommendations from the National Conference, then headed by retired Justice Idris Kutigi. I'm joined in the studio by Director General, Commonwealth Institute of Advanced and Professional Studies, Professor Anthony Kila. But before we get into that, let's return to Abuja, where Femi Akonde is standing by. Femi, what are the details of the Council of State meeting today?
Hi, Femi. Well, the Council of States unanimously passed a vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu. And when I say it was a unanimous vote of confidence, that is the Council of States, which comprises of the former heads of state and former presidents of the country, and the Nigeria Governors Forum, that is 36 state governors and the Minister of the FCT. They all passed a vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu, and this may be a much needed encouragement for the President and his administration as they continue with necessary economic reforms that the government says will improve the well-being of citizens. And beyond these, ministers also briefed, ministers of President Bola Tinubu's cabinet also briefed the Council on the state of the nation, the state of the economy, the economic outlook, what has been achieved so far by the administration of President Bola Tinubu. I know the Council of State was satisfied with all of this presentation. There was also a briefing by the National Security Advisor giving the security report of the country. briefs them on the build-up to the nationwide protest, the eventual protest, and even the aftermath of the protest. But one thing they all agreed and insist is that they are all against an unconstitutional change of government. They say any regime change must be democratic, and yes, they condemned moves by some of the organizers of the protesters, calling for regime change. They also well commended, they also commended a lot of improvement in the economy, especially the non-oil sector, and also non-oil export in the country. All of these were some of the briefings presented by the members of President Bola Tinubu's cabinet. Just ministers from critical sectors were picked to make that presentation to the Council of State. And you also know this is the first in President Bola Tinubu's administration. So getting that support from the Council of State means so much, and it's quite significant for his administration. So everyone expects moving forward to see the government continue with confidence as they move on to steer the affairs of.
I'm sure that many Nigerians are counting on that, Femi. Earlier, when we spoke, just at the time when the meeting began, we talked about the conspicuous absence of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Did he eventually join the meeting?
Well, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, briefed, and he told us that all the heads of state, former heads of state, were present, and this was a testament to the support President Bola Tinubu's administration enjoys. We also took him up after to ask if former President Olusegun Obasanjo was in attendance, but he could not particularly confirm that, because he said that those that could not attend physically joined virtually, and he said that all former heads of state attended this State Council of State meeting, which is an endorsement of President Bola Tinubu's leadership of the country.
Okay. So that's correspondent Femi Akonde live for us in Abuja. Thank you for the updates there, Femi. Professor Anthony Kila is Director General, Commonwealth Institute of Advanced and Professional Studies, is here with me in the studio. Prof, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
Looking very young and alive.
Thank you very much.
Do you consider this endorsement a major boost for Mr. President, who has faced quite a number of criticisms in recent weeks over his handling of Nigeria's economy?
Thanks for watching. We will bring you update on this meeting.